So, wonder if somebody's going to trim that tree growing out of the gutter so it doesn't get into the power lines. Video too, that way I can share it back at home. Howdy folks, we're about ready to get on a ferry here, waiting in line. There's the ferry pulling up right there. And we'll probably be driving onto that thing here in just a second or two. Gotta get the part, get across this section. This is the Mississippi, right?
Yes, it is. For passenger. But it looks like we're getting on free. And you can walk on too, and you sit up there in that top section. Look at that ship coming up.
I wonder what kind of ship that is.
Because it's all the way in the water, my guess is it either filled up with grain or some type of product, and it's full and it's going back to whichever country it's from.
Making good speed, that's for sure.
If you ever go to the district, across the river, directly from our building is a grain elevator, and ships will come in empty and they'll sit way above the water, and you see the water line, and then once they fill up with grain, it drops down to like where it is, and then they pull back out and go back downriver to wherever they came from. Oh, she's collecting.
All right, looks like it's starting to move. It's interesting too that we're moving towards the shore. I would have figured we would have moved out.
The back part's moving out.
Ah, right, of course.
Well, that might be the front. I don't know. I get confused.
Yeah, that is true. We're probably
There's a little guy that drives to the middle at the top, so I don't know what's the front and the back.
Is there really a bow and a stern to
It backs out all the way this way and then goes at a diagonal to the other side.
Well, off we go. Nice, slow and steady journey.
And because we caught it when we did, it saves a lot of time.
Oh, yeah.
To go around.
Timing was impeccable.
Yes.
Because I imagine you could wait half an hour, 45 minutes for it.
Oh, yeah. Because at certain times it pulls out. They'll cut it off. They'll try to fill it up, but they're not going to sit here until it fills. At a
Right.
certain time they pull off, which I'm guessing right now it's probably like 11 o'clock.
Here's another example of how bad the roads are. Just gotta. Now this one isn't near as bad as some of the other ones I've driven through, but wow. Literal craters. Even the sheds around here have finials. Look at that. That's cool. So New Orleans is a mess of one-way stop signs, or one-way signs, and one-way grids. But this one's got to take the cake. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 one-way signs, all pointing in all sorts of different directions. Obviously, left and right don't go straight. But man, this intersection takes the cake.
left onto West Stanford Drive, then turn right onto West Loyola Drive. Turn right onto West Loyola Drive. Continue on West Loyola Drive for 1.5 miles.
New car this morning. The Battleship Utah has sunk, or namely, holy smokes, this thing's seat is narrow. I need to close up the rear seat. Battleship Utah has a check engine light on it. Does this one have a real tailgate? Nope, it's got those buttons. I'm gonna close it. Okay, close the way. So, one Ford Expedition, I guess. Drive that over there. Swap my stuff out. There's a shifter on this thing. Okay, well, we now have a newer Ford Expedition. The Battleship Utah long may she reign has been turned in. Had a flat tire, and the check engine light, or not check engine light, the oil change light has been on. since the get-go. And I need to pull over here and get some distractions because I need to figure out which way we're going to go. So far, quick impressions of the Expedition. It seems like a much, much nicer vehicle than that Yukon. I don't think this is a high of a trim level, but so far I'm liking what I see button-wise, controls. There's a little more things in here to organize stuff. I don't know. More later. I gotta figure out where I'm going because, you know, I am actually supposed to do some work this morning instead of just solving car problems. It'll be one of those days. So it was an hour and a half drive out here to Black Bayou, which is about where I'm at right now. And then I've got to go 45 minutes away to the next one. Gone are the neighborhoods with like the 7th Ward and stuff like that, where we basically just parked the truck and just went door to door and walked and walked and walked. This is a really beautiful country. But I got a lot of driving to do today, and I'm definitely not going to be doing 50 evaluations today. I'll be lucky, I think, if I break 10. And I need to go to the bathroom, and I'm hungry, and finding anything like that out here is going to be fun. Meanwhile, I really like this Ford Expedition. For one thing, it's got a turbo. Boost. Boost is cool. It seems a lot more refined than the Yukon. It seems taller, even though that is probably completely psychosomatic, psychologically. But I think it's just the seat position is a little taller. I should have hooked my Bluetooth up. It's one of the things I don't like about the Fords is you cannot hook up any Bluetooth stuff while the truck is in motion. It has wireless charging. That even works with the cell phone the work gave me, so that's cool. It has a kind of a funky rotator dial for forward, reverse drive, and I don't really see where the four-wheel drive stuff is. So I am imagining that four-wheel drive is completely out of magic, and I'm not so sure how much I like that. But it is what it is. Air conditioning is good. It's got a lot more nooks and crannies to store things.
Turn right onto Louisiana 20.
3 rows of seats. Don't really need that. White. We have to come up with a name for this thing. It's a boat, that's for sure. 570 miles of range when it had a full tank of gas, so that's nice. It's got good pickup and go. Definitely seems to ride better than the Expedition, but that also may have just been nasty tires or something.
Continue on West Main Street for 1.5 miles. 1/4 mile. Use the right lane to turn right toward East Main Street. Use the right lane to turn right toward East Main Street, then turn left onto East Main Street. Turn left onto East Main Street. Continue on East Main Street for 3 miles.
I'm gonna try something this morning because my eyes are just killing me. I cannot see the phone screen that we use for all of our information with my sunglasses on, so I've been not wearing my sunglasses a lot. I am going to try my clear safety glasses because I know that these block a lot of UV, but maybe with these I'm not going to get all the glare that's making my eyes hurt, and maybe this will work better. Biggest problem with these is they've taken just enough dings and impacts that you can kind of see out of them, but you know, there's visual artifacts on them. Give it a try. It is yet another day, yet another beautiful neighborhood, more roofs, just working my way through them. All right, well, day 22, I think. I've been living at a hotel for that long and working 12-hour days every day, no day off. I am definitely tired. I am headed to our office for a extra COVID test. I don't think we're technically due for another day. It's supposed to be every 3. But apparently there's a little bit of a scare going on because apparently I guess there was an outbreak in the office or something like that. So now they just want to retest everybody to be on the safe side, which that's cool. I get that. I think they're also changing our testing protocol. In the past, they would have us all show up at the same time, jam us all into the same office, and have us all do a test while standing in line. And now they're going to change that protocol and have us wait in our trucks until we're called, so that only one person is in the office at a time. Because, well, in order to do a mask or do a test, you have to take your mask down in order to have the swab go up your nose. Well, when I did it, I held my breath because I can hold my breath for a couple minutes, and that's no big deal. Everybody else was pretty casual about it, so we'll see. It's just another day, another test, another obstacle, and we'll get through all of them. And then once we get done with that, we'll get out on the road, go get some more roofing evaluations done, get some more tarps up for folks. I think we're getting towards the end of this. All right, well, I just completed what I think is my last roofing evaluation. Where I measure the area of the roof, the slope, and draw out a drawing and show our contractors where they need to tarp it. We are getting down to the dredges of what's left. The phone lines are open for another couple of days, but and the website, but not many people are calling in. So they're slowly transitioning all of us folks into inspectors. So apparently now I need to go even further south, maybe switching hotels, not 100% sure. I just called my new supervisor and sent him a text, and for now I'm heading back to my hotel. I've got some expense reports and some vouchers and some other stuff to work on, and then I got to figure out what the logistics are of what I'm doing next.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Far Road 23 and Savannah Road.
Back to the hotel.